bebé.
Golden, can you hear my voice? What song am I going to write for you? Golden Rocky, Golden mi amor. This is the most sacred song that I have. There's songs that are silly, where one's just singing about a woman who broke his heart, but this song is a lot more close to Natalie, my wife, and my heart, because in November it'll be 4 years since my son died. His name was Golden, and he lived for 1 month. How does he look? Is he really small? Is that your brother?
Yeah, Golden.
Who wants to play with Golden?
Hola, Golden. Hola, Golden. Chao, Golden. Chao, Golden. Hola, Golden. No tiene caquita, parece un poquito. Espérame, quiero limpiarte.
I love you, my son. I love you, I do. It was a little over 2 years ago that we had our third child. His name was Golden Rockwell McDermott. He was in the NICU in the hospital. He was born early at 34 weeks. He was perfect and beautiful. He was growing and getting stronger every day. And they were talking for about a month there. It was hard for him to eat, so they had a tube in his nose, but he needed to be able to eat on his own, sucking from the bottle to be able to go home. So he had done it a few times and he was getting stronger, and they were talking that he was soon going to go home, maybe this week. In one of the moments that we weren't there, they called us and that there was a problem, and they were trying to do CPR to him because he wasn't breathing. That's all they would tell us, so we went as quick as we could to the hospital. When we got there, I don't need to tell all the details, but he was dead when we arrived.
Perdón, ahí va, perdón.
I've lost sleep imagining a sweet return.
The song in theory could be repetitive. What I mean is there's no chorus, but it didn't start that way. I just wanted to express the feelings from that event. There are 7 verses and quite a few different emotions during the song.
¿Qué te parece?
Are you saying to use a tremolo or just doing it straight, like more of a legato? My wife fell to the ground, crying, screaming from inside. And I knelt down and tried to comfort her. And they let us go inside and hold him in our arms without life. And yesterday, where he had looked at us with his big eyes, was now lifeless. A little while later, my wife started showing me affection, comforting me, asking if I was well. I wasn't crying at that moment. And it surprised me that she was showing me affection because she should need it. I mean, both of us, but she carried him inside for 9 months. I was there to comfort her. It surprised me. I said, I'm good. I mean, I'm not, but don't worry. She was so nice, worrying about me. And for the next few hours, we were with him alone in a room, and I called my family so they could come in and say goodbye. My 2 kids that were 4 and 2 years old, and so they could come and try and understand what death is.
Ya te muerto, cool. Si doy ojos antes. What is it?
Mateo Golden's not coming home because he's not going to wake up again. When someone dies, it's like sleeping for a really long time. He died. You remember the guy that you call the brown guy in Rocky? How he got hit and then he didn't wake up anymore?
¿Quiere dar un abrazo al Golden? No.
Okay. That's why he doesn't wake up, because his spirit already went to heaven to be with Jesus. And trying to teach them about death. A beautiful part when I began to cry in the hospital. It was when they gave my wife the opportunity to bathe the baby.
A mi esposa la oportunidad de bañar al bebé.
One more time, to put him a pair of clothes for the last time. So she bathed
ella
him.
le bañaba.
With so
Con
much
tanto
love.
amor.
And I was thinking, like a pop artist, well, this has to be a verse, chorus, bridge, verse, chorus, right? But it didn't feel right. And I realized it wouldn't be right. There's not a summary to put into a chorus, right? There's not a summary of this. There's no way to put so concentrated that moment to sing it into a chorus. Christian, I feel, has done such a great job with the arrangement, how he's tried to get the feeling out of every verse. Sometimes it's sadness, sometimes it's, sometimes it increases in feeling. First, second, third, fourth, and the fourth verse is the most mad and angry.
Come to me and say, hey, please, and leave me now. I don't wanna hear your thoughtfulness is still emptiness to me.
Y
I started to, after she bathed him and put clothes on him, I took him in my arms again, and that's when it all overcame me. I had to turn my back on everyone so that they didn't see me cry. I mean, I was crying without any control. So anyone who saw me would know I was crying. But I would hold him so close to my chest. And I walked over close to the window
to be with him, just him and I. That I couldn't help crying because he was there, but he wasn't there. I was with him, but I was alone. My wife once again came over close to comfort me. I don't know how in the world she can do that if she's going through the same thing as the best woman in the whole world. Telling me that everything was going to be alright and that we're together. That she was really sorry. There's a lot more to the story. The pastors who came at the funeral, things that happened the next days and weeks and months, fighting the anger, the desire to accuse, to know who was to blame. You know, in the hospital, I never found out the details of what happened. I didn't go to ask because I made the decision quickly in my mind that the priority was that I had a few hours, it was all, with him and with my wife, and how was I going to leave them to go find out who did this, what happened. Now I wish I would have, but I don't repent either, because it would have been moments lost with them. So people ask me what happened. Oh, ¿quién estaba ahí? ¿Qué?
I don't know.
No sé.
So I see it this way, that it grows and grows and grows until the fourth verse, then where you can't be any more angry than you are, and then it starts to go back down.
Sweet boy, forgive me, please. I could not be when you needed me.
And the last verse, ask if we'll see each other again. The question that we all have when someone that we know dies from our family. Will it be possible to see us again? It's interesting because the arrangement that Christian did, sometimes you can feel the hope, sometimes the darkness. So I am grateful to you guys for playing this song so close to my heart. And that's what we decided to capture in this sound, and that's what we've been trying to explain. I hope you guys can understand. I don't know if it was natural causes. I don't know if it was just natural causes, because life is fragile. I don't know if someone neglected him. My wife and I one day in the living room made each other a promise. A few weeks later, finding ourselves with those feelings, seeing that we felt darkness. We weren't feeling fruits of the Spirit. I mean, what we were feeling was not from God. It disturbed the soul, and there wasn't a way to find out what had truly happened. But we made ourselves a promise that, because we said two paths, sometimes we thought about how good it was to have him in our life and have hope to see him again someday. Or another path, accusing the nurses, the doctors, the hospital, God, and all that. And every time we went down that path, we felt such darkness, so much negativity. So we promised ourselves that any time that we started going down that path, that we would stop ourselves. I'm not going down that way. And that we would change paths with other thoughts. It's been one of the wisest things we've done in our marriage.
I've lost